ตอนที่เขาลงทะเบียนเนาะเดี๋ยวต้องบอกอาจารย์สนอง
Oh, that's perfect. What should I, if I got one boarding pass, and then I have one mount, you know, that's receipt. But the one going home, I just made.
ก็ต้องทำสถิติเก็บแล้วอาจารย์วันนี้จะพูดอะไรคะ It's a collaborative. I think that it's a good movement. It has to be a movement. Put our resources together to help redress some of the problems.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. I hope you have had a good night rest and we are ready to start on today's first presentation by Mr. Michai Veera Vidya, who has received 10 honorary doctorate from Thailand and Australian universities. Very impressive CV with me, and it's certainly an honor to sit with him tonight, this morning, to introduce him. He's a very distinguished individual. You look at him, he's very humble. He has received a lot of recognition, not only in Thailand, but internationally. He's a founder and chairman of the Population and Development International, and a founder and chairman of the Population and Community Development Association, and a founder and chairman of the Michai Veera Vidya Foundation. After today, my tongue will twist better with all the Thai names. He's also the founder and headmaster of the Michai Patana School. Many of us look forward to come to this school to learn from him. He has he's one person, I think, who has held multiple positions, from a politician, where he's been a senator for the National Assembly Thailand. He's the minister of the Prime Minister's office. He's a deputy minister of industry and a cabinet spokesman. From a politician, he's also an ambassador. He's also a scholar. He's been a visiting scholar to the Harvard Institute of International Development at the Harvard University. He's a CEO, and he's also a researcher and an economist. So I see a whole spectrum of work that he has done. What impressed me most is that he received so many awards, of which I will highlight a few. He has received the Prince Mahido Award for Public Health in 2009, the Skoll Award for Social Entrepreneurship in 2008, Gates Award for Global Health in 2007, Nikkei Asia Prize for Regional Growth 2007, Time Magazine Asian Hero Award 2006, Special Lifetime Achievement Award 2006, and a whole more list of awards. It is certainly an honor to be here with him today, and I know he has a lot to teach us and share with us. So without much ado, I would like to hand the mic to Mr. Machai, and for him to share with us the topic that is given to him. And the topic is Population and Community Development International and Population and Community Development Association. No, he's talking on educational innovation for social engagement and sustainable development. With that, Mr. Machai.
Thank you very much indeed, Professor. Good morning to all. Our Thai names are very hard to pronounce. In Australia, when I was a student, they used to call me V, etc., because you know that V, etc. But nowadays, when people can't pronounce my name, Vera Vaidya, I say, let's think of Vera Viagra, and they never forget. And they never forget, all right? Now, I hope there's somebody sitting down there that will put the screen up on the table, up on behind me. Is that happening or not? This being Thailand, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not up there. You probably realize that this is the only country where our parliament is opposite the zoo. And when you take the wrong turning, you can't tell the difference. Okay, we have it there now. Thank you very much. You can see what a person I am for high tech. All right. What I would very much like to do is to sort of start backwards, to really tell you that the topic you're all trying to cover in terms of engagement and education and so on, without engagement, you might as well forget it. In fact, in my country, I'm not a miracle worker, so I'll leave other countries alone. In my country, universities are not very hot. They in fact destroy the social fabric and culture and tradition of the villages. They take the brightest out, they educate them, they think they educate them, and there's no chance for them to go back. There's no U-turn. So we have to see how we can help to organize the U-turn at least as close to home as possible. Let's say you come from this province of Chiang Mai. Instead of having to go to Bangkok, the next best thing is to work in Chiang Mai. And better than Chiang Mai is the district nearest to your home or the tambon and so on. So these are the things we have to consider. I hope that you will do this in your future, going out to them and then getting them to follow the old pattern of coming to urban settings. That's not good enough. We have to go one beyond that. How can we keep them satisfactorily and with income there? And of course, applying a lot of IT, so much more can be done. I think this is what we need to do. Now, my point is that if you're going to do what you're talking about, firstly, think out of the box. Take your university hat out, the government hat in Thailand. Most universities are government-run. Think out of the box. Don't just do it. Don't do it alone. Get everybody else to be involved. Take no as a question, not no as an answer. And then realize it's much harder. It's much easier to ask for forgiveness and to ask for permission, to just do it first. And then, of course, ensure sustainability. And perhaps one point that I'd like to add is that, unfortunately, a lot of people see the problems that are made by certain groups of people and don't look beyond that. What you need to know is that they're the ones who can help solve the problem. In Thailand, we had that. Women got pregnant, and we got the women to be the ones who solve the problems of pregnancy, not the men. All right, so just some very simple guiding principles that we need to work with. Here's a perfect example what we did in the community. As you see, this is a major problem, and hopefully we will see whether it succeeds or not soon. We had this number of children, 7 per family, and population growth horrendous. There was just no way that this could succeed. No way. So eventually, against the government, we did something. They said, all right, after 6 years. They said every year, more seminar, like this. And in the end, and they said, have another seminar. In the end, I said, no more. So I found some money, did a seminar for media, and within 6 months we had a policy. But with a policy, no budget. So hit another dead tree, from the frying pan into the fire. So we decided that, okay, let's begin to do it. I and others own the house. The government only rents it for 4 years at most. So the house owners got to do something about it too. So that's what we decided to do. We believed in, we worked with universities, we worked with other people to get this going, and said, okay, let's do it. So the first one was that the women said, yes, we would like to space our children, and we like the pill. But unfortunately, according to international standards, only doctors could prescribe the pill. And we had 1 doctor per 110,000 people to do everything, including prescribing the pill. Of course they didn't prescribe the pill. So the next thing is that we got the nurses, the midwives, who at least were women, understood the women, and was very good with a checklist. And at that time, there was a report out by the Royal College of General Practitioners that said that supervised non-medical distribution of oral contraceptives was perfectly safe. So that was a very, very strong backup. But that was the end of the line when we came to the midwives. No more. So what did we do? We could have pat ourselves on the back and said, well, look what we did. Maybe that's what universities are saying. Look what we did. Fantastic. Here we increased it by 20%. We said, that's not good enough. The Viet Cong showed us that you don't have to go to West Point to win a war. So we said, okay, we'll work like the Viet Congs. We got ordinary shopkeepers. We asked the villagers, who were the people you trusted most, that liked? And they said the local shopkeeper. Because they supply, they understand, they respect, they're not like government officials who look down on people. They said, okay, so we went to them and said, look, would you be prepared to be trained and supply pills and condoms? And they said yes. And of course they were all married. And here's a sign, so it says Village Family Planning Center, get your pills and condoms here, and referral for the government health service. Of course we link with the government naturally, with the Ministry of Health. But you see the red square thing there? You know what that is? Coca-Cola. Look how much bigger we were. This is 38 years ago, almost 39 now. And that was the point. We had to go where Coca-Cola wanted to go. And if you want to do things in the community engagement, that has to be across the board and get all sorts of people. So the villagers came in and helped us. But that wasn't all. Here's a typical shopkeeper, dressmaker. And if you take the pill from her, she gives you 10% discount on the hairdo. And imagine what a captive audience the woman having a hair done would make. You just blow in her to say, hey, family planning is fantastic, and so on and so forth. And here's just another example. Again, we thought out of the box. We didn't go to the doctor, because if we went to the universities, in particular in the West, they would say, boom, it's a beautiful roadmap of North Carolina for North Carolina, not for Thailand. And that's major problems in many areas, including education. We come back with great PhDs from abroad, just like walking around Bangkok with a fantastic roadmap of London. You get nowhere. So we have to also redesign things and think out of the box. And here we went to the Buddhist monks and said, look, is it okay, is it a sin or not a sin, according to Buddhism, to practice family planning? And the monk said, I have no idea. So we got some university professors who would like to have some ideas to do a study, and lo and behold, from the Buddhist scriptures, there were so many points that supported family planning. One particular one, it translated in English says, birth cause suffering. Tukha chati punapunang kan ket boy pen tuk. So birth cause suffering. So to prevent birth means to prevent suffering. It's fantastic. So we sent this all throughout the country, every temple, but the villagers came back and said, look, Umichai, could you ask the monks to sprinkle holy water, bless the contraceptive? We get everything blessed. We get a new motorcycle blessed, a new pickup truck, a new room to the house blessed. Why not this? For the sanctity of the family. Now this came from them, not any university professor. It came from them. This is what they thought was important. We have to take that into consideration. So I came to this monk near Bangkok, near the Siam Intercontinental, and I said, sir, this is what the villagers asked. They asked us for the monks to bless contraceptives with holy water. I said, I'll be happy to do it. So he came, and here I am. I'm the one, not the yellow, but the dark shirt. This is 38 years ago. I'm holding the bowl of holy water, and he's got a brush sticking in and sprinkling people, blessing them, and going to the warehouse with contraceptives, pills, and condoms, all been blessed. And women used to say, no wonder we have no side effects. It's been blessed. Because we didn't push that way. But again, religion became an important part that nobody thought it could play. It played a very, very important part, and fantastic, instrumental. And I wish the Catholic Church would do the same thing in the Philippines. But we have here our cardinal condom. They have their cardinal sin over there. The next, we train 320,000 rural school teachers without asking permission from the Ministry of Education. Because they would have said, no, I knew these guys. They would have said, no, so don't ask, just do it. So I went to the Teachers Union, Medical Center, and said, look, I have this program. There's this special summer courses going on all the time, every year, where teachers come to upgrade their qualification. And why don't you add health into it? And part of health would naturally be family planning. He said, yeah, that's a great idea, because I didn't know what to do anyway. So I said, okay, so we went with them. For 2 hours, every teacher training location, we gave them this. We gave them a new alphabet, B for birth, C for condom, I for IUD, but in Thai. Ko ơi, koกำเนิด ขอไข่เกิดเป็นทารก ขอขยันกันลูกดก. That's the Thai version of it. We gave them a new song, the equivalent of Jingle Bells in the West, with every contraceptive method in it. I won't sing it for the Thais here because it takes too long. I'll do it after this. And the snakes and ladders game. If you land on anything anti-family planning, you're penalized. Anything pro, you move ahead. Mother takes the pill every night. Wonderful mother, move ahead 7. Went to collect birth control pill from the local distributor in the village. Move ahead another 5. Uncle buys condom. Very good uncle. Move ahead 7. And then you land another one. Uncle gets drunk, doesn't use condom. Come back, start again. So make it fun. So edutainment, we combine that. So the children were involved. They always want to win, and they remember what is good and what is bad about it. So that's what we also have to use to teach and train people. So that was done. So 320,000. And we had competition by region, the champion of the North, champion of the Northeast, and each region sent 2 people. We sent them to Singapore. But we told them not to spit, you get arrested then. And so that was what happened. We got everyone to help us, the teachers, and many of them became distributors of contraceptives as well. They talked to the parents and so on. We had condom blowing competitions in schools and in mosques even. And here they are, the children with their condoms and relay races. A very, very normal thing. They say the condom is clean if your mind is not dirty. If you are embarrassed by the condom, you must surely be more embarrassed by the tennis ball. There's more rubber in it. So this is what happened. This is what we went. And what happened? By the year 2000, from 7 children per family, it came down to under 2. In fact, it's a little bit lower than that now. And from 3.3% to 0.5% now, it's a little bit less than that. But it didn't take rocket science. It had people in the communities joining in, the thing that you're talking about, but has to be broader than one little research project that some universities do. You've got to be broader across and take a look, okay? So that's the first encouragement I want to give to you, that what you're trying to do is the right thing, because we've been down that path and it really worked. All right? Now the next thing, another challenge. Somebody's sick there, I think. AIDS hit Thailand in the middle 1980s. And government reaction? Denial. We don't have it. And I knew we had it. And they did not allow any media coverage. Prohibited. So I said, well, that's not good enough. Again, I took no as a question. So I went to the military. The military had more radio and television stations than the government. And so I said, look, to the commander-in-chief, this is the situation. 14, 15% by region of 19 to 20 and 21-year-old youth already infected. Are we going to allow this to happen? Who are you going to have in the Army or the Air Force that's not infected if we allow this to happen? We need your help, please. And he said, okay, so we can have your radio stations, 300 of them, and television station. We gave messages out.